going on, everybody? Dogman Dan here. We are going to go ahead and take a look at what another new player experience, if you will, based off the new Excalibur changes. So, and just kind of talk about it from this standpoint here before we get into the other stuff. You know, where I have everything all set up and all the good mods and everything that I could possibly have. So let's kind of just free flow with it here. Now I've been working on Excalibur a bit. I've got, as you can see, some mods maxed out. I used some rare cores that I had picked up through the past events and stuff. I did go for Neffy's side of all those rare cores that came out when that 2-minute Rigor event came on. So I grabbed a lot of those. I'm pretty much out of money right now, but so taking a look at what I have. As you can see, there's some stuff I've maxed out. I've chosen to max out the flow, the streamline, the intensify, the continuity. In terms of this, I've got a damage stretch mod. I've got a damage steel fiber to help out a little bit on the armor. Now that we have more armor capability here, so that's pretty decent. And a 20% power range. I'm going to work with what I have. I've only got redirection here at 200% capacity. And 240 on the vitality, because that's all I can really afford at this moment. I don't have anything else to work with. And I'm going to use energy siphon here. Now, in terms of what I could use steel charge. Okay, I'd get the extra melee damage. Yes, I farmed this mod out one day. I could get this extra 60% melee damage, which is awesome. But in this current setup that I have no rage mod. And since I can't convert damage to energy, I'm going to have to use energy siphon for now to grab as much energy as I can before I actually utilize Exalted Blade. Because as we know in Exalted Blade, your energy siphon and team restores, energy restores are useless. So something as the Rage mod is going to be something that you're going to want. Now, I'm going to come over here. Dex Furies or Dex Stacker is what I've got right now. I don't have a lot working on here, but again, we're looking at the mods themselves. We're not looking at the exact stats that you see over here. So in terms of mods, all this stuff, the damage, the elements, this is all going to play into the Exalted Blade. So we're going to have a viral element here. We're going to have a heat element. Because I got Molten Impact. Okay, we're going to have a basic finisher damage increase on here. We're going to have some attack speed on it. Of course, we've got our regular damage increase. I haven't tried it with range, so I don't know if range makes a difference at all yet, to be honest, but I'm going to try it here on this one. But again, what you put here is what matters, not exactly what weapon you're running, but since I'm still leveling up the Dex Stacker on here, we'll just leave that as it is. I'm attaching my Attica and Dex Furies because I can and I would need to. I don't have the capability of really running him at a high level by myself at this time. But let's go take a look at what we've got here. I think... what level is this stuff? I've barely even done this one. I don't want to start on the defense by myself. I think I am. Why did they all start me on defense by myself? Ah! I've done a few here, as you can see. These are not extremely high level, but I'm just really what we're going to do is we're just going to test to see if the functionality of this is possible at all. Let's go here. With what we've got set up. I mean, it'll work. Will it be great? No, but I want to see the difference here with what I've got versus what I've got on my regular account. So let's just as you can see, I don't have much of anything. I got a couple of specters and stuff because I've killed some. That's all I've got as spare guys to go with me. But I don't really have anything else. Got my carrier up there. Now again, with all the changes, the Exalted Blade stance is its own stance, so they finally fixed that as well. What we're really looking at here is how they've integrated the setup so well with slash dash to radial blind to Exalted Blade. I'm not worried about Radial Javelin here. But what's interesting is the Radial Javelin animation is very, very fast. Is much faster than what it was. Okay, so that's pretty nice that they did exactly change that, and that is better than what it was. But for now, let's go ahead and see if we can run this deception. Talk a bit about it. Still tweaking it on my main account. Not much we can do with tweaking here. We can only work with what we have, and that's fine. What's good about the low-level stuff is really it gives you a chance to play with your skills. You learn more skill in the low level, and you take that skill with you to the higher level content. And when you have more mods, that's basically how that works. We're not doing anything special here. So I love the change it did there with the slash dash, adding in the exalted blade to it, with its conal range now. So you can get a few of these guys killed just like that. So you can feel badass, you know? I mean, there's nothing wrong with feeling like a badass, because that's what it is. It's nice to be able to see him in a position where he is definitely all about melee. I may or may not survive here. We'll see what happens. You know, because I'm not fully set up or capable. I've got no way of regenerating my health. I've got no way to... Whoa. Stay back. But the flow between them is pretty good. So if you're in Exalted Blade and being able to flow into slash dash, that's the way it moves. It's really slow, or smooth, I should say. You're able to get these extra finishers in here. They really did a good, solid job. I'd like to see them really take more time in taking apart and reconstructing every frame to be more smooth between the abilities and transitions of the abilities, where they flow together better, where it's not overly overpowered, even where it's taking cues from the actual mods that you're running on particular weapons like this one, because that means you're thinking more, you're integrating your setups, saying, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that, I want to make sure that I've got this going. I think you understand what I'm saying. Actually, I know you understand what I'm saying. I think his most OP skill, Radial Blind. Especially when you add the finisher mod, even when you add the Radiant Finish mod, because you get that extra 300% on top of in finisher damage. So you're doing pretty good in terms of finisher damage capabilities with this. And who doesn't want to have more damage, right? I mean, isn't that what it's all about? Let's switch back to my weapons. Now, the range is a big one there from what I can see. The range is going to help you stay longer and take out more enemies. I know people have asked me about that a bit. Because the more range you have on your slash dash, the longer you stay in it. In terms of how far it goes. It's not necessarily duration based, if I remember correctly. And I could 100% wrong. Right now, I just don't 100% remember, but... See, that 1-2 combo is such a nice thing. We'll use Exalted Blade here in a minute, I guess, as well. Because I got the streamline, and the only thing really that's affected is streamline. To affect the rate of reduction on the energy, if you will. The cost of energy for using the Exalted Blade.
Doors are locked. Time to break in.
I mean, just flowing in between, you know, your regular melee weapon, and then also your abilities now. As a regular Excalibur, I get the energy sword, and here's the new way the stance looks, which is pretty awesome. You toggle it, remember, toggle in and out. So if you're running a melee only setup and you're toggling in and out, you can get in and out quick on your melee. If you need to drop a life strike, a solid life strike kill, you can get in and out on that with a quick toggle on and off, which is a nice thing. So overall, he's going to be, I think, in new player setup, he's going to be much easier to play now than what he once was. You're not going to really be required, you know, you get some base damage. You're not really required to have all the epic, godly weapons to make it happen. I can do pretty good with just a streamline. Toggle it on and off. Get to where I need. This is where a super jump would come in really handy for me. But we don't have that ability anymore. I know people talk about, you know, Parkour 2.0 and that's what the change is. And quite honestly, I just enjoyed super jump. Once you played it enough, thanks to Bacon for forcing me to play it a little bit more and telling me I should try it, you learn the capabilities of what it was all about. But nonetheless, ooh, crossing snakes, dual swords, nice. Still being able to use that slash dash in the middle, as you can see right there. That makes it really cool. You got the energy from the energy waves as well, causing and doing damage from the energy wave. So overall, functionality, it was really well thought out on the changes. Is it OP? No, it is not. Is there a major difference between regular Excal and Excal Prime? No, there is not. Should there be? No, there should not be. I like the small buffs they did to the Prime, the slightly higher armor increase. And the fact that you get energy orbs is nice too, but overall, I think that it's perfect how they did that. That they didn't overdo it, didn't make it something that would feel more like it was a, you know, now that would make it feel like a paid to win if you overdid it, to be honest. Because everybody that had paid would have a significant advantage over others, and that's just not right. I don't think any founder would ever have wanted to have a significant advantage in terms of Excalibur Prime versus Excalibur. So the minor buff to it, to me, sits in just well where it should. Because it does allow some little tweaks that can be done. I mean, all the other Prime versions, since they're all available, that's a little bit different if you tweak them to be a little bit better than the others and that type of stuff. Ooh, that was X-rated right there. We saw a little bit of his junk. A little bit too close up of his junk. Anyway, alright, let's get the heck out of here, and then we can get back over to testing and setting things up on the main and get those builds out to you as well. If you do have comments or questions about this, the new player experiences, something in new player stuff that you'd like to see me tackle, please do feel free to leave that in comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys next episode. Thanks for watching, as always.
Another job
We'll see you
well
soon.
executed.